Gotta give it the old lean in.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta get your lean on.
Get the lean on.
Like, who is it? Lil Jon?
I don't know.
Lil Jon sipping his lean.
Oh, God. That's not how I was. Okay. Yeah. Lil Jon sipping his lean.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Shane. This is the Wasteland podcast brought to you by Bad Dragon. Keeping that joke alive.
Bad dragon.
Like I said, I'm Shane.
Bad dragon. Shove it in your vagina. That's the slogan.
Virgina.
Virgina.
Shove it in your virgina.
In your bird box.
Okay, well, I'm
Donkey
Shane.
from Shrek. Fucked a dragon.
Yeah, he really did.
Take your no-no square and put Bad Dragon there.
Bad Dragon, if you want to go ahead and pay us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not shoving this in here for nothing.
right. Anyway, I'm Shane. Like I've said 4 times now. My name is Shane. So we got this all clear. I am Shane. My name is Shane.
I'm Tyler. I'm the co-host.
Will all the real Slim Shanes please stand up and I stand up?
Ooh,
Yeah, 'cause
I don't
I'm
like
Shane.
that one's terrible.
Some Shane
Well, I
D.
don't like you.
Alright,
Okay.
sometimes.
All right. Well, bye, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Well, my co-host.
Kind of awkward in here now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
My co-host, who's an awful co-host. He's just the worst. I don't know.
I already introduced myself.
I don't know why we keep him on the podcast. Yeah, he just goes around introducing himself. Like, that's my job.
It doesn't have to be.
Tyler.
You're taking too long, so I did it.
Well, I'm trying to give a funny intro.
I want to be called Dark Master from now on.
Okay.
Please refer to me as Dark Master only from now on.
Okay, I think we can work around that.
That's you gotta put that as your pronouns in your
Yeah.
Twitter bio, like.
My pronouns are Dark Master.
Yeah, Dark Master him.
Dark Master.
Oh, you know him. Who? Dark Master, yeah.
I'm gonna call you that at work now. I'm not gonna let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
Master of Darkness.
You brought it on yourself.
Like
wanna-
Batman, but cooler.
If you want to back out now, you can. No?
Why would you back out from the coolest name possible?
Well, what if you're like, you know, BBC, Dark Master?
That's not what I'm implying.
Yeah, it is.
No, I'm implying you're the Master of Darkness.
Jeremiah's here unless, he rudely introduced himself, which I don't think he did.
No, I don't think I did either.
He was our best guest.
Well,
I should promote him.
He's a guest, and guests know what to do. They're kind of waiting on your cues. And I mean, this has been 3 minutes and 20-something seconds so far.
But it's gonna be
and you're
the
just
best
now
3
getting
minutes of your fucking life.
just now getting to introducing our guest. That's not good. That's terrible.
Okay. Let's see you do better.
Well, he's already introduced.
Okay, fuck you.
That's not fair.
Exactly.
He gave up because he knew he couldn't do it.
Right.
Jeremiah's here, everybody.
Damn, he did it. Goddamn.
Jeremiah's here.
That was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I take back everything
Thank
I
you.
said.
Thank you.
Sorry.
There is a reason why I am referred to as Dark Master.
Dark Master, Master of Darkness. Is that your
Yes.
full title?
Dark Master, the Master of Darkness.
Dark Master, the colon master.
What's
Oh.
what's the Lord's name in The Witcher 3? It's like he who dances on his fallen foes' graves or something. It's something really long and weird.
I
You
don't
remember that?
No.
Um,
He who dances on his enemy's grave. What is it?
yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like it's Sirius' father.
Oh. Sirius' father. I remember him. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's a very minor important character.
Yeah, it's set up like you think he's gonna be important in the beginning
Yeah, he's not.
because they got the big name actor to play him, and then it's like that's
Ew.
it. He was in Game of Thrones. That's why
Oh, I don't fucking watch Game of Thrones.
they got the dad from Game of Thrones.
Isn't everyone like
Tywin.
the dad?
Tywin Lannister.
Isn't everyone?
There's a few dads. Most of them
But
die.
like they're all like incestuous.
No. The dads aren't incestuous. In Game of Thrones, the incestuous people are the Lannisters, and that's how you know they're bad guys.
Because they're incestuous.
Well, yeah, because the brother and sister keep fucking each other,
Bless
and
you.
the son,
Bless you, Jesus.
the son of the king, who the king has black hair and brown eyes. All 3 of his kids have blonde hair and blue eyes because his wife and his wife's brother, who also have blonde hair and blue eyes, believe in keeping their Lannister genes pure. And so she's like, well, he wasn't giving me babies, and I needed a baby, or else I wouldn't be the queen. So I had to
she
resort to
fucked her
fucking my
brother?
brother. But then they just liked it after a while.
Ew.
And so they have a secret relationship where they
Ew.
fuck each other. And then, like, the kid's always like, why is my uncle, like, always so weirdly attached to me? Just leave me alone. He's like, my child. I love you.
I need to watch that show. People say it's good, but like every time I look at it, I'm like, it looks like glorified porn.
Well, just, I mean, there's a lot of porn in it.
Yeah. I'd rather just watch cuties.
Oh, yeah. Game of Thrones has a thing where every single actress, you just see them naked. And so if you're like, ah, she's kind of cute, just wait. Just wait.
I like that.
Just wait a little bit.
Didn't they do like a body double for like the Walk of Shame or whatever though?
Oh, possibly.
Like I think they did a lot of CGI body doubles.
She is a
Don't even fucking care.
she is a, like, it would have been weird for her, I would say, but
It's on HBO Max, isn't it?
Yeah,
should be.
I should watch
and
it.
Hulu.
It's
Oh wait,
HBO
no,
show.
it's probably only on Hulu for me because I
It was
connected the two.
It was a big announcement when it first came to Hulu, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm like,
It's a good show.
I'm like losing stuff to watch
When
like,
when it starts out, you're like, I don't give a fuck about these characters. But like it starts out with like the most important characters all together, and then they're never together for the rest of the entire show. So you have to like savor these moments that you don't even know matter.
Well, I know like it's like bad at the beginning, and then like it gets
It's not
bad.
bad,
good,
really. It's just
and
the
then it's
first few
bad at the
episodes.
end.
The first few episodes are boring, but the final season is literally them just self-destructing the show, just
Yeah.
ending it with no grace at all. Just being like, we need to wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
Character development gone.
Yeah.
Storyline building gone.
So
All this doesn't matter anymore. It's like,
I'm like running out of shows to watch
yeah.
because I'm watching Always Sunny, and I'm almost through it.
Really? There's like 16 seasons of that, right?
Yeah, I just play it.
It's a really easy show to binge. 'Cause
It is.
Every episode's good. Like,
Yeah.
it takes a while before you watch one that's boring, but even then you're like, still funny stuff in here.
Like I liked
Where did my
season
feet
1,
go?
Yeah.
and then season 2 when Danny DeVito shows up.
Yeah. That's,
I was like, I can't even watch season 1 anymore.
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
Danny DeVito just like makes the show god tier.
season one's
Like
still
season
good,
one's
but
really
yeah.
good, but then it just like goes to a whole new level.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love that show.
And that's right. A lot of shows get better in their later seasons anyway, because that's when they really like hit. They know what they want out of their characters.
It's like a second term president where they're like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
we feel like. Like
And-
here's what like Charlie, he's just gonna just bite a guy's ear off. Like
Actually, it was neck.
yeah,
He bit his neck.
that I
love.
I quit breathing from how hard I laughed seeing that for the first time.
It got me today. You know how like in season 1 they do like the a couple seasons back, or I don't know, when Dee does the pyramid scheme, she's like, here, hold these this will test your stressors. And Charlie grabs like it's like two like steel rods hooked up to a meter, and he's like, where do my feet go? She's like, it doesn't fucking matter. He's like, but where do my feet go? And then they bring back the same machine, and Charlie grabs it, and he's like, okay, what do I do with my feet now? I was like, oh my God. It caught me off guard. It was so funny. I watched the Family Feud episode. I was telling Tyler about this, and every answer Charlie got right. It was like, what do people eat, but what do you eat but doesn't eat you? Charlie's like, dragon. And it's like, what the fuck? And then of course one person out of the survey chose to answer dragon.
And it was him.
I don't know if it was him.
No, he said he was at the mall and some guy with a clipboard kept asking him questions, so he just gave the same answers.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
What was the explanation for why he chose dragon?
Because, well, he said, I don't eat dragon because I'm a peasant. But dragons don't even eat people because they just like eating gold. That's why they sit in their cave with a pile of gold.
Because
the next question was...
dragons would definitely eat you, and you would definitely not eat dragons.
Yeah.
So that's why it makes no sense.
The second question was, what do you groom yourself with? And he said bride. And he answered bride in the survey. And then the last one was, what are most people afraid of? And he answered Nightman. And then the one person came up. When I saw that, and then he got all 3 questions right, I was dying. I thought it was so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Well, and the thing with the Nightman is that's just a constant reference, making fun of like the fact that his uncle molested him when he was a kid. And he's...
I didn't know that's who the Nightman was. I was asking Tyler who the Nightman was.
No, yeah, because when Uncle Jack first shows up, he's like, we can sleep in the same bed again, Charlie, like when we were kids. or when you were a kid. It was like... It was early on. Like Uncle Jack, the big hands lawyer guy.
Yeah.
That's him?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's him?
No, he has small hands. And he's
he has small hands, but then
he
he does the fake big hands.
Yeah. He's the one who molested Charlie?
I think so. Because early on, remember the McPoyle brothers?
Yeah.
Were like, we're going to get the coach from school. We're all going to say he molested us.
Yeah.
And he was like, he didn't molest us, though. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
No, they're really good at going back to their own lore in that show.
He writes a whole musical about the Nightman and the Dayman.
Yeah, the Nightman.
Gotta pay the troll's toll.
He wants the
enter
boy's
this
soul.
boy's hole.
The boy's soul.
Boy's hole.
The boy's soul.
I was saying boy's soul, and people thought I was saying boy's hole. There's a rape scene.
Yeah, that's how you get more dramatic. If you Game of Thrones, if you want to see some rape scenes, we got them.
I'm already gonna watch it. You don't have to give me more reasons to watch it.
That's how you get all the drama fans. Like, oh my god, someone got raped. This is so scandalous. This is so juicy,
dramatic.
Yeah. And you also get to see pregnant women get stabbed in the belly over and over.
Ooh.
It's great.
I like that a lot.
Lots of stuff that is like, I don't know why this show's popular, because like
that is fucking absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, they do a lot of like really gruesome things. I'm like, how is this popular? I mean, I don't mind it, but
yeah, I don't know. That would be hard for me to watch.
And then it's broken up with just like tits and sex, like softcore porn.
Love it. Love that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love it for them.
Isn't Jason Momoa in it?
Yeah, that's where you guys start. Actually,
yeah. He plays
he plays a rapist.
Yeah,
he's the one who rapes Emily Clark.
Yeah, he rapes Emily Clark. Good.
Wait, what's their race called? Like the race he's part? Is it
the Dothraki?
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Dothraki.
I was thinking that was Star Trek for some reason.
Yeah, it might as well be.
Yeah,
there's a lot of after a while they just keep referencing made up shit, and you're like, I can't keep up with this shit. But Dothraki are easy to remember because Jason Momoa was one of them, and they're really cool in season 1. Later on, they're just kind of background characters. They're like, there's Dothraki back there. That's cool. They don't do anything.
But yeah, I fucking love Always Sunny.
Yeah,
I'm upset that I haven't watched it before.
I was shocked.
It cracks me up that
it's so up your alley, and which now you know.
Yeah, it cracks me up that like Dennis is just a serial rapist. He's literally a sociopath.
Yeah,
he has like all these sociopathic tendencies and symptoms. Like he doesn't understand emotion, but he knows other people feel it.
Yeah.
So he like carries an onion slice in his hand.
Yeah,
so he can cry.
Yeah, where he's like, "Do you guys remember feelings?" And they were like,
"Yeah,
like Dennis. Everyone has feelings every day.
When you get older, you like ball them up and they go away.
Yeah,
and they're like, "What? No." Even like Mac, like everyone's like, "You're wrong."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just like actually, oh my god, some of the shit he does. He like records all the women he has sex with, and
for the Dennis method.
Corners them and.
Which that was his real wife was in the Dennis Method episode.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, she was a pharmacist.
Yeah,
that's funny. A lot of the Charlie and the waitress are married. Yeah. Mac and Dee are married, and then Dennis and that one.
I don't know. That's joking.
I don't know.
I don't think they've had his wife on.
No, probably not.
It's just kind of funny because they all like are disgusted with each other in the show. Yeah, and then they're actually all married.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah, they're all disgusted with each other, but they're the only people that they're able to interact with because they're so much more disgusting to everyone else.
Yeah. They're like horrible people.
I was trying to explain to Shane that like every character is like an asshole who you root for to like something bad happen to them, but like the villains, quote unquote, of the show are like the more disgusting people.
Yeah.
Like the McBoyles or like just,
sometimes,
but like they're not like, but like the thing about Always Sunny is that like if you watch like a quirky show like New Girl or The Office or something, like you get quirky, weird characters, but not like in Always Sunny where like, yeah, I'm addicted to drugs and fucking. I
like
Cricket.
Rickety Cricket is my favorite
and, like,
side character.
He redeems himself. They're like, nah, we're gonna bully him still.
Yeah,
bully him back to being like an addict and stuff.
Like where he's what's his line that always cracks me up? Listen, pal, you know what I always say? You gotta pay to spray. That and do not finish inside me. And he's like, what? No, I'm your dad. And he's like, oh. Well, I'm gonna have to charge you double for that then. Like,
he's so, but he used to be a priest, and then they just fucked over his life.
Yeah,
like he was he wasn't the villain.
Yeah, but now he is.
Yeah,
and then there's the family that there's like the woman who like Dennis never liked, but she always had a crush on him.
The waitress.
No.
The one with the tooth.
Oh,
yeah. And then when she gets
into a cat.
When she gets implants, he's like, "Oh, I like her now."
when she's getting married to one of the McBoyle brothers.
Yeah.
And
then she turns into a cat.
Yeah.
Because
she's just one of those.
And he's like, "Why do I pay alimony to a cat?" And like the lawyer.
I love her so much.
Yeah, I just watched the episode where the McBoyles sue the guy for spiking bath salts in the.
Oh yeah.
And she goes up to the stand and she's like, I'm a cat now. Dennis pulls out a laser pointer and she's chasing it. And he's like, why do I pay alimony to a fucking cat? It was so funny. Yeah, and then the lawyer taped on like huge hands. Because he's always super self-conscious about his hands. He's like, how do my hands look? Are they like sweaty? Are they too small? It's so funny. Oh my god. That show. Like, the only likable character is Charlie, but just because the things he does aren't malicious, he's just an idiot.
Sometimes they are, though.
Sometimes he is like a
some of the
bastard.
Funnier episode. Like, what was the one with where the rich people?
Yeah. And she he just uses her to get back at the waitress.
Yeah.
And she's like actually falling in love with him.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I love the waitress.
So, and he just goes on a rant where he just
he just
belittles her in front of a room full of people.
She calls her a rich whore.
Yeah.
And she just starts crying. No, sometimes he is like super like cunning and evil, but most of the time he's just like an idiot.
Yeah. That's
why you like him so much. He's like the only likable character, whereas everyone else just manipulates each other and other people and are just plain evil.
Yeah.
One of the cool things about the show is that like, I feel like that's one of those shows, like, you know, people be like, oh, which Friends character are you?
Yeah.
But you can pick out people in your life and you're like, okay, this guy I know, I like him, but deep down he's Dennis.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
so,
it's not like a flattering.
No, yeah. Like,
this is my Ross. Like, no, this is my Dennis.
Yeah.
This guy's my Charlie.
Yeah.
I can't bring him around other people.
Like he's
not okay.
Naked.
This is my Frank.
He goes around the sewers naked.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to get his clothes wet.
Yeah, and it actually feels kind of good, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, him and Frank.
Which could be his father.
Yeah.
They get together and
They sleep in the same bed too.
the one where
it's a pull-out couch.
Yeah.
They sleep in it together.
the one where Frank pooped the bed, like. Just,
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and he was like, "Yeah, it was me all along." And they were like, "Why were you doing that?" He was like, "Well, it was an accident the first night, and honestly, it was an accident the second night, but the third night, that was just funny." Like,
I just watched the episode where he falls out of a window and forgets who he is. And there's just like a huge open gash on the back of his head.
Yeah.
And no one even cares about it. They just try to manipulate him for his money. Oh my god. Mac is a closeted homosexual who's also very Catholic and religious.
Yeah, he's like a homophobe on the outside, homosexual on the inside.
And he forces his like religion on everybody.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, I don't fucking care.
What episode I really like is when they meet Mac's brother. Did you watch that one? Okay, yeah.
oh, and he's really like cool
Because he's cool, and then
He's cool
He like
and he's
convinces
gay.
he convinces Dennis. He like talks to Dennis about like religion. He's like, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, Mac, you not only have you fucked up my life, but you fucked up my afterlife. You made me hate Christianity.
Well, he said like because Mac was like, you have to believe in God because of the scary shit he can do.
Yeah.
And Country Mac is what they call him.
Yeah.
He's like, I believe in God because of all the beautiful things, and they're all getting high in some kind of observatory.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, I didn't even think about it like that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. What or the episode where they have a debate between evolution, if it's real or not.
Yeah.
And Mac
science is a bitch sometimes.
Mac gets everyone to like believe in evolution or not. Like, he gets everyone to believe against evolution because like, but can you explain evolution? And he's like, well, I don't need to. Scientists can. And everyone like walks over to Mac. Yeah.
That's so funny. What is it?
Yeah, they do some really good stuff with Mac.
Charlie McDennis, yeah.
Charlie McDennis.
Was that the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. The game where like Dee and Dennis had like perfect like action figures for toys because they never lose. And Mac and Charlie have to always destroy their toys.
Because Dee and Dennis are so competitive too. Like,
yeah,
like where Frank's like, you guys can't throw for shit. Let me try one of the darts. And Dennis got his hand up on the dartboard, and it just goes right in the dead center of his hand.
And it doesn't flinch at all.
And he just like, just slowly turns and looks at them and just rips it out of the wall.
Yeah. Well, they would throw darts and it would land. He just like wouldn't even flinch because it was like
because
you can't flinch.
Yeah, you can't flinch because it's them.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of games they would be into.
And they were like Dennis and Dee were faking being drunk.
Yeah.
They were drinking water the entire time.
Yeah, they were cheating the whole time. And they've cheated their entire lives.
Yeah. Oh my god, that show's so good. I'm gonna have to watch Game of Thrones after it though.
Speaking of good shows, have you guys been keeping up with Mandalorian?
Yes.
No.
I've seen episode 1 and 2, and 3's tomorrow.
I have not.
It is. It's pretty good.
I mean, it's literally the same quality from the first season.
It didn't dip at all.
And when the show's that good, it's like that's all I wanted. Mm-hmm. But the difference is that it's setting up to an interesting climax.
Or he meets other Mandalorians.
Yeah.
What
I love is that the first season was good because the first 3 episodes were like this arc right there.
It was a movie.
Yeah, it was literally a movie. And I did not expect the show to be that good. And then after that, it did like these random like Tales of the Week type things until the final 2 episodes, right? Where like everything you saw built up to one climax. So this one's more of a continued story, but each story feels like a Tales of the Week adventure at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they're using the Tales of the Week method with like this underlying story in the background.
Well, they're writing it like a Western too.
Yeah.
Like that.
In that first episode.
That really helps.
That first episode when like, have you seen even the first episode yet?
Of like.
I want to spoil it.
You've seen season 1, right? Okay, yeah.
I want to spoil what happened in the first episode, but I can't.
Don't do it.
I won't do it. But basically, right off the bat, like things happen. You're just like, whoa, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like
that
really,
first
right off
opening
the bat.
scene, yeah.
It's just cool. I won't even say anything. It's just that it's just a good show. And then episode 2, same thing. Just it just starts out good, and then shit happens, and you're just like, this is intense.
And it's a bottle episode, which they did pretty well.
Yeah. And so I'm excited for the next one. I can't wait to see the shenanigans and the big climax that they're clearly building to. So
that show kind of fell off my radar, not because I wasn't interested in it, just because I forgot about it.
Yeah.
And then when it came out, I was like, oh, I need to watch that. And then I just haven't gotten.
I was just kind of like, meh, I don't care. And then like people started posting like screenshots and started saying what they thought about it. And to be fair, they waited till like 3 or 4 days after, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And then I was like hooked again. I was like, yep, I remember why I love this show. I was excited the whole year because I knew it was coming eventually. So
yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Witcher season 2 will be very early next year. So
Harley Quinn season 3 is confirmed.
Fucking love Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's such a good ass show. People, yeah, if you didn't watch it on WB or if you didn't watch it on DC, that's fine. Watch it on HBO now. Like, watch it. It's a good show.
Please watch it. It's so good.
DC just needs to get fully absorbed, like all their content onto HBO, because HBO is kind of expensive, and that would make it worth it if you could read every DC comic ever published.
That would be cool, yeah.
And all the other shit that comes with it. That's worth it.
That's what me and you and a lot of people talked about was DC streaming service would never work because it was only DC. They needed to do what Disney did, which is include DC as part of other things. Though I would love it if Disney would just start posting Marvel comics you could fucking read.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Because a lot of people I know have read a lot of DC comics. Not a lot of people I know have read Marvel comics unless they were there at the time in the 80s. Like,
yeah, I don't dig Marvel comics as much.
Yeah, it's for me, it's literally a matter of Spider-Man and Wolverine.
And Hulk. I'm a big Hulk guy.
You might be able to get into like classic Hulk stuff then. I mean, everyone knows the story of Planet Hulk. It's a good read, though.
I own Planet Hulk.
Yeah,
I need to read.
I watched the Planet Hulk.
That's why I bought the graphic novel.
That was good too. Yeah, I love it. If for those of you who don't know much about Planet Hulk, but you've seen Thor Ragnarok, it's so much fun to like be like, oh, all of Thor's friends are actually Hulk's friends, like.
And it's on Netflix right now, so everyone should watch that.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a while.
It might be on. Some of those Marvel animated things are on Disney Plus too, so I don't know if that one is, but some of them should be. But yeah, it literally is a matter of finding a character with an interesting hook to them.
Especially, it's better almost to find a villain you like.
Yeah.
Especially, honestly, I don't know. That's honestly more of a DC thing, but like,
yeah, it's more of a DC thing. I mean, with Spider-Man, you can find a villain you like, but yeah, my whole thing is like, it's not so much about like what the character's powers are or what they it's literally about what they represent. Like for Spider-Man, it's about how he's like a normal, not like slightly below middle class.
I really like
person
to use. Finish what you were saying first. Sorry.
Yeah, and then like for me, why I like Wolverine is because he's a very violent person who's trying to be a normal person. That's why I can recommend Frank Miller's The Wolverine, which is what the Wolverine movie's based on, where he goes to Japan and learns discipline.
And I haven't read that.
Yeah, I have it over there. It's a great read, but I want to get more the X-Men stuff with like the actual Phoenix Saga. The movies fuck it up every time. The movies don't even do any of it right. The Phoenix Force is an alien that possesses Jean Grey. Jean Grey is literally a weak mutant with very weak powers. That's what she's supposed to be. The Phoenix Force is what makes her overpowered because it possesses her because she sacrificed herself to save her friends and it respects that. And it turns her into a fucking god that can take on anyone in the Marvel Universe. They literally took the weakest character in the Marvel Universe and made her the most overpowered in like one issue. And then they like go to outer space and fight like mutants and stuff. And like there's just like X-Men in the 80s was not about like just like random mutant stuff. It was like it would just do anything it wanted. It was awesome.
And it was super into the civil rights, especially in like the 60s, into the 60s. Gay rights.
Well, and that's how it started. And then when they got the new team with like Storm and stuff, it picked up in that same direction, but like different. I don't know. It's just like different because it was more about representation at that point, and it was really cool. The team is really cool. The second team is cool. The first team is like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Angel, Beast, and then almost literally every member quits except for Cyclops. He's the only one who stays, and he's an adult now. And Xavier's like, I need only adults because I can't send kids on these missions anymore.
Right.
And then he heard of a guy who fought the Hulk and survived. It was Wolverine, because Wolverine's first issue ever was in a Hulk issue fighting against the Hulk. And in that Hulk issue, it's like he's a mutant. It's literally they're literally setting up X-Men with the Hulk. Like he's a mutant in Canada who's been hired to fight the Hulk, and he like survives. And then Xavier's like, I need to fucking track this guy down.
Right.
Then he goes to Africa because he hears about like a woman who can control weather, and they worship her as a god. And he's like, "You're not a god, you're a mutant." And then he hears about Nightcrawler, and he hears about Colossus, and he's like, "You guys are the new team," and it's fucking awesome. And that's when you get it's like literally the introduction of Wolverine. That's when you get Colossus throwing Wolverine at bad guys. It's fucking awesome. And then that's when you get Cyclops, who was like the ultimate good guy, Boy Scout, turning into like the more kind of does things for his own reasons type of character.
Right.
And that's more interesting Cyclops for me. Which the movies, again, are just like, Cyclops just is a character who exists.
Like, Cyclops is the nice guy in the love triangle, and Wolverine is the bad boy in the triangle, and Jean Grey keeps dying. Like,
they make it so horribly boring and one-sided. I love that Wolverine wants to bang Jean Grey. I have no problem with that. But so to me, honestly, the love triangle stuff's great. I love Cuck Wolverine. I think Cuck Wolverine's great. But
it fits his angst.
Yeah. But that's in the comic, he's like always buying flowers for her, and then he'll go to give it to her, and then like he sees her with Cyclops and like drinking the same milkshake or something. He's like, fuck this, and throws it in the trash. Like every time he tries to be a nice person, he just like gets really fucking pissed off. And then like he only doesn't kill people because he's with the X-Men. And then whenever he's like alone, he's like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like Wolverine's so cool. And then whenever they have to kill Jean Grey because she's the Dark Phoenix of that, because they let her on the team when she's Phoenix. Like this is fine. Yeah, she's strong, but it's okay because we're trying to train her. And then when she's like, I'm gonna kill everyone. They're like, oh no. And Cyclops is like, I can't kill her. One of you has to kill her. And Wolverine's like, I'll do it. And then Wolverine goes to like Colossus throws Wolverine at her when she's like fighting someone else, and she turns around like right before he stabs her. He's like, I can't do it. He just like doesn't kill her. And then Wolverine, they're in outer space in another fight, and then Wolverine throws Colossus. He goes reverse screwball and throws Colossus at Jean Grey because there's no gravity. And he's like, I can't do it either. And he's like, what? You don't even love her. And he's like, I'm just too nice. I can't kill my friends. He's like, I don't love her. I just don't want to. Because Wolverine confessed, he's like, I can't kill her because I love her. And Colossus is like, I don't want to kill my friend. So everyone's like, none of us can kill her none of us can handle this emotionally. So we're just not going to kill her. It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But like, other Marvel, I don't know. I don't even really like a lot of the old Avengers comics and stuff like that. Maybe, there's probably some Captain America you could maybe get into. If you're into politics, because there is a time where he kind of goes against America. It's during the Iraq War and stuff, but
is that when he was doing the whole Hail Hydra thing?
No, that's way late. That I think was just all bullshit anyway. I think they just admitted that none of that was canon eventually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they were trying to do. It was right after Trump was elected, but I don't even know if it's connected. Wars? No, I don't think it was Secret Wars. Well, I don't know. They might have done a reboot of Secret Wars for all I know, because they've done Secret Wars multiple times. because the original Secret Wars was like Black Suit Spider-Man
And that was like the origin of like Black Suit Spider-Man.
That was during the Secret Wars arc. But the Hail Hydra thing was just kind of like this random ass pull that was like, why would they do this? I think it's when they were trying to reboot every Marvel character also. I think after that is when... Either after that or before that is when Falcon became Captain America.
Oh, yeah.
Which is not the worst idea for Falcon's character. Like, of all the characters that became a new character, Captain Marvel and Falcon Captain America were the two that made sense to me, because the male Captain Marvel has been dead since the 90s. So yeah, why wouldn't Miss Marvel just be Captain Marvel? That makes sense. And then Falcon, that makes a lot of sense to be Captain America after Steve Rogers passes on. But then like the rest, just none of it made sense to me. So yeah.
Miles Morales was good.
Miles Morales is, but did he? Oh yeah, he did. He does replace Peter Parker technically.
Yeah.
It's just there was two timelines, so it didn't feel like he was replacing him. Because Miles Morales came way before all those other ones,
Right.
which is why
He was kind of the blueprint, and then they
Yeah.
kind of fucked up
well
remaking it.
well because I think there was a good writer for Miles Morales, and
Yeah.
then the rest were kind of lazy, opportunistic writers. So
Into the Spider-Verse was done really well.
that's I love that movie.
That was by the Lego Movie guys.
Yeah,
And
and
they did Clone High,
They did
yeah.
Clone High. They did Nothing Bad Happens to the Kennedys.
Yeah, have you seen that show?
You should.
You got to watch Clone High.
You can't watch it on
'cause
any streaming service. You have to watch it on YouTube. You have to watch the janky versions on YouTube.
They're rebooting it too.
Did they confirm it?
I believe so.
Because that JFK meme is so enormously popular right now. They need to just straight up put it on Netflix so people can fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Because Clone High, I watched it when I was like in 3rd or 4th grade. When that was the only time. It had one season.
Yeah.
And it came out when I was a kid. And my older brother, I only watched it because my older brother was like, watch this show. And it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. No, it's really.
It was literally, because I watched it so young, I didn't even know who Gandhi or Joan of Arc was. So that was my introduction to Gandhi and Joan of Arc. But I fucking love that show. Will Arnett as Abe Lincoln is fucking beautiful.
And he was on SNL around that time, right?
I don't know. Was it around that time? It might have been around that. He might have been on Mad TV at that time.
Okay.
Because I think he did both. Like how Amy Poehler did both.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot. Like Kay and Peele were on Mad TV for a while too. Like Mad TV was pretty popping back then because they just needed talent and they.
That was before my time, really.
Yeah.
Like,
That was,
especially with my family not having the internet or cable until I was
Yeah. Well, that's
like
true.
10. Like, yeah.
Give me one.
No. Have you guys seen some of the latest episodes of SNL?
I saw some of the parodies they did of like the debate stuff, but I didn't see anything else.
They've been pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah, you were telling me
Like-
that I did see Chris Rock and I did see Bill Burr's.
I
like,
didn't see Chris Rock.
His opening monologue was pretty good, mainly because he just dunked on the Democrats really hard and was like, guys, we can't just vote for someone just because they're not Donald Trump.
Right.
And I was like, holy shit, this is the same episode, literally the same episode where Jim Carrey's Joe Biden.
Yeah,
and
no,
during
they
the debate, and yeah.
Dave Chappelle did like that too.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle's episode. Bill Burr,
yeah.
John Mulaney, and Dave Chappelle's monologues were all
Yeah.
really good. And then all of the skits they're in are good too because they just are like,
Yeah, I can't
hey,
even
we don't
imagine-
give a fuck and we're
Yeah.
popular enough that
I mean, I've
We're
seen
just gonna do
Chappelle in
this.
so many skits, but like, it's hard to imagine Bill Burr playing a character that's not just him in like an SNL skit or something. That's so.
it kind of feels like it's just him. But like
that's so weird.
he's not a
he's amazing,
amazing actor, but he's
amazing. And Mandalorian, he's perfect
yeah.
because they just needed like a fucking mean ass kid.
Is it Mandalorian?
Bill Burr?
You didn't season 1?
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
seen that episode?
The jailbreak episode.
There's an episode where he's like contracted to help his old friends like rescue a guy, and Bill Burr's like the leader of the team, and Bill Burr's like a dick to him, and it's fucking perfect. He's
Because-
like being a huge asshole, and it's because he's been around so many bullies and assholes his whole life.
And he'd probably like. I kind of feel like if you've listened to his podcast, he's kind of like that in real life too, where he's like.
He could be. I feel like that's a part of him that he could pull that out anytime.
Like he's talked about. I've watched a lot of Bill Burr interviews, and he talks about like where he's like, I don't want to be like that, but I am like that. Like where he's like,
and
I remember that episode now.
He does it really well. He's like, take off the helmet. Let's see. And he keeps bringing it up over and over. Like, hey, why don't you take off the helmet? Yeah. It's a good episode.
Well, should we talk about what happened today? Our numerous disappointments.
But the PlayStation quintuple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to touch on that or get into it?
Me and Shane had a plan to get on our phones at work and then order the PlayStation 5.
So
it did not go well.
So for those of you who don't know or don't care, the PS5 came out today in the US. And Walmart was releasing it in waves at 11, 2, 5, and 8.
Yeah.
So every time Tyler and I would go on, like get our phones, get our laptops, our PCs ready, and every time, like right on the dot, right at like 11, 2, 5, and 8, Walmart would just crash.
Yeah, instantly crash. Just
you might be able to get a PS5 into your cart, but there's no way you're going to be able to check out because it would take too long to load.
There's
and
probably
by the time it loads, it's out of stock.
Yeah.
So we were really disappointed that we couldn't get it.
There's probably people with like bots. Like it would be really easy to write a bot to do that.
Yeah, especially because on
scalpers.
On Walmart you can save your information, so it's probably really easy for them. Just keep clicking in that like location or something.
Yeah.
It's all the scalpers like bought a bunch and they're selling it. They're selling them for like $1,000.
People are selling PS5s for $1,000 online, and Sony's not gonna like limit the sale. Well, actually, I don't even know if it's all Sony's end. It might be on Walmart's end and stuff like that too. But they're not gonna limit the sales because they're just making money either way. Like to them, if a bunch of scalpers buy it, and then also a bunch of us buy it, then that's just more money for them. So,
they're making their money either way.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck.
And I got on Amazon. Apparently, one of the times that Walmart did it, Amazon also restocked, and the servers just worked perfectly. I just got there too late, and I was just like, "Damn!" Like, if I would have known at the time, I would have just gone to Amazon and not Walmart, because I didn't even go to Amazon until Walmart already fucked with it, you know?
Yeah, I didn't get there until you sent me something.
Yeah, so I would have just gone to Amazon earlier,
Well,
so that was bullshit.
The thing about Walmart is you would like go, I was able to check out,
Yeah.
but I put in my address and it kept, like it wouldn't.
Yeah, I got to my address and it just was like, sorry, we're not going to give this to you now. I'm like, come on. Because like, it's like, come on, dude. If you didn't freeze 3 times for me before I got to the address, I would have already had the payment done and I would have had it already.
They should.
But it froze like 3 times before I could even get to the address part.
They should do it that if it's in your cart, you have it.
That would be nice. Because then it's like first come, first serve. But this system, it's not first come, first serve. It's
whoever has better internet.
It's not even who has better internet. It's just literally random. Like it's this. Because it's not even because the servers are just gonna be choppy, so it's like, and look, all I'm gonna say is if you're Walmart and you're one of the wealthiest families in America, and you fuck over your employees and you pay them shit wages, and you have to have sponsored can drives for your employees because you won't pay them enough, and you're gonna tell me that you're not gonna pay for servers for a next-gen game launch? Okay, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit. Either give people living wages or give me my PS5. You want me to look the other way on this shit? You better give me the PS5.
Well, I mean, you said Sony did it really well. Their actual website, they put you in a queue.
Exactly.
So that everyone...
So it's not even about servers.
If you're in a queue, you will get one.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Unless it runs out before.
Right. And because it's actually Sony, they might have a lot to give.
Right.
I don't know.
So they're like, they put you in a queue, and then they'll serve you one by one, or hundreds at a time, but one by one on your server, so that everyone in the queue will get one. Yeah. It might just take a while to get through the queue.
That's where I'm gonna be.
That's a good system.
That's where I'm gonna be at tonight at midnight. Hopefully, it won't be 3 a.m. Hopefully, it's like a reasonable time. But I hate this whole like nobody knows what time this shit is going down.
Like Amazon, or what was it? What was I saying earlier?
About Walmart or Amazon or the queue thing.
Every website, every like store except for Walmart was like, we might have.
Oh yeah. None of them. Target only sold it at like 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, and that was it. And
they didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, and they didn't tell anyone.
They're like, we might have it.
Oh, and also,
I don't know what time, but we might.
Also, it wasn't available in all locations, so it was only available in random locations at 1:30 in the morning. Sam's Club had it at like 3 or 4 in the morning, but you had to also be a member at Sam's Club.
Amazon. GameStop had it at 11, but they were only doing bundles or something.
Yeah, they were like, you can buy it, but you have to also buy NBA 2K and Spider-Man and a second controller and PlayStation Plus, which if you're a PS4 owner, you probably already have PlayStation Plus, so you're not going to need that shit. But
and Amazon was like, hey, we're just going to do it right now.
Yeah.
And it didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, just like, hey,
they're like, hey, we might come back. I don't know.
Yeah, they're like, check tomorrow. Tee-hee, wink.
No, they don't even say. They said, this product might be restocked or it may not.
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit. At least Walmart tried.
Yeah, I wish, that's the thing. If all the stores announced when, and maybe even if they did it all at the same time, there's a chance that things would have ran a lot smoother because people would have been on other websites. So,
I think our best bet now is to get it on PlayStation.
That's where I'm aiming at, because I don't even know when Walmart's going to restock it again. And
yeah, I tried looking it up. No one knows.
Your best bet is, all we know so far is that everyone's going to have it on Black Friday. But again, it's probably going to be a madhouse. It's probably going to be like, because it's going to be digital again. It's going to be really fucking hard to get it. So, and then after that, it's like,
unless you wake up really fucking early in the morning.
Well, it's like random times during December, maybe. Your best bet is literally waiting till some random month next year when it's going to be readily available. So.
Or get it on PlayStation Direct. Which they have it tomorrow, but we don't know when.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly, buying it off Craigslist after Christmas is a good thing too.
If the scalpers charge $550 instead of $500, I would do it.
Well, and
but they charge $1,000
on Craigslist. A lot of times it'll be like they get it for their kid for Christmas, and then their kid's a piece of shit, and they're like, "Well, we're taking away your PS5 and selling it." And
terrible parents, but yes, give it to me.
And then they'll sell it for like. That's probably less common than it used to be, but that used to be really common. That you could go on Craigslist on like January 1st and find just like $100 like brand new console.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, PS5 is a fucking disaster though.
You were able to almost check out with an Xbox if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But the Xbox isn't as popular. So.
I put the Xbox in checkout on the day the Xbox came out just to see how it would be. And then I was like, oh, this won't be so bad. And then when it was me and you back there, I was like, fuck. Like right when we were both having like problems, I was like, you gotta be joking right now.
Right. Like
everyone wants the PS5.
It was right at 11. Everything crashed. You could not load anything.
Yeah. It basically, here's how it works. The website, Walmart just runs like ass until they're out of stock. And then it runs better again.
Yeah.
It's trash.
I hate it. I want a PS5 to play Demon Souls. I already touched on this in our group chat, but I beat every ending in Sekiro.
Yes.
I am a god. Please bow down.
Oh. Okay.
Worship me.
All right. I beat No More Heroes 1.
So I've beaten Sekiro 4
No
different
More Heroes
times.
2.
4 times.
Yes.
How many times have you beat the time?
I've never even played it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but you would give up. Dude, I looked through the trophies and like
you don't even know.
I looked through the trophies and like the trophy for the first boss is like 20%. 20% of players get it. I was like, holy shit, you really rage quit before then?
My friend bought it on Xbox One, and I don't think he ever got past. I don't think he got very far at all. A lot of people got it like day one. I mean, I remember even you got it, and you were like, I don't know, I'll come back to this. And it's like, that's why I didn't buy it right away, because everyone got super hyped for it. Everyone thought it was going to be amazing. And I was just like, well, I'm not very good at Souls games, as in, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'll probably
It's
just...
not even a Souls game. The only thing you can compare Sekiro and Dark Souls to is From Software.
Yeah? Well, that makes me want to play it even more, because...
The combat's different.
That just sounds cool.
You can acquire skills.
Yeah. All that
Whereas
stuff is
in
up
Dark
my
Souls,
alley.
you just level up.
Yeah. Maybe that's why people thought it would be so different, I guess, but...
It's just like, the only thing that's the same is the healing gourd, which is comparable to the Estus flask, and that From Software is attached to it. And I guess the difficulty.
Yeah.
But the combat's different. They add stealth to it. They add all these different shit.
I
like
love
you
stealth.
can get skills. You can get combat arts.
Yeah.
Where if you press LB and RB, you do like a special attack move.
I'm just hoping it becomes cheap. And I'll buy it on PS5, as in the PS4 version on PS5.
I'm really pissed that they didn't do DLCs for it. Because From Software makes some good ass DLCs.
When your game's already
Some of the
perfect.
best Souls content is from DLCs.
When your game's already perfect, you don't need DLC.
But I want more Sekiro. I want more.
Well, then they'll probably make a sequel, because I think it did very well.
There's only one ending.
They don't have
where
to.
They can do it.
So what? They can do anything. You don't have to use the same characters. Just do something new.
But I want Sekiro. I want to play as the wolf. Did you know Sekiro means one-armed wolf?
What if you find... No, that's really weird.
Well, your character is one-armed.
Yeah, I know that.
And he's called Wolf.
I know.
His name
Yes.
is not Sekiro.
But it's
actually
Sekiro.
Wolf.
But it's Sekiro, because he's one-armed and he's a wolf.
No. Like, before he loses his arm, he goes by Wolf.
Yeah.
He only gains the name Sekiro from Ishin.
Okay.
Well, you don't even know it's Ishin. You go up to this guy and he's like, "Oh, one-armed wolf. I'll call you Sekiro."
So anyway, they'll probably make a sequel because it did really well. If they don't make a direct sequel, they'll make a spiritual successor that'll play similar. Don't worry about that.
There's nothing they could do with
It's
the story.
From Software.
There's nothing they can do with the story, though, except for one ending.
Shane, have you ever played any JRPG ever?
No, because I hate turn-based combat.
Every Final Fantasy is none of the same characters. Every Shin Megami Tensei,
Okay, but if
every
you're gonna
Fire Emblem, they're all always different. Every Dragon Quest, they're all always new
if you
characters.
make a Sekiro
Every Fantasy
2,
Star, they're all every Tales of
if
game.
they make a Sekiro Shadows Die Thrice, okay, I'm gonna want an extension to the story. There's only one ending where I could see them going off on it.
What if From Software
Which would
just
actually
makes?
be really cool if they did that.
If From Software makes any fucking game, you're gonna buy it. Don't even lie to me right now. If they make any game, you're gonna just go out and buy it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
What was that other game they're working on with George R. Tolkien?
George R. R. Martin, not
yeah.
Token.
My bad.
The guy from Game of Thrones.
Author,
Yeah.
They're working
See, we brought
on,
it all back around.
Elven Rings.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything on that yet.
It was announced in like 2019. We haven't seen anything.
There wasn't anything on it yet.
But that game, I'm definitely gonna buy.
Yeah.
But I
Doesn't matter.
really want a Sekiro 2. I don't know what they would do with it. Even if it is I don't even know how they would do a spiritual successor.
Just make it have similar combat.
Yeah, but what would the story be?
When before Sekiro came out, you weren't like, what's the story gonna be like? They're just gonna have a good story. It doesn't even matter. It can be about anything. Are you afraid of the setting?
No.
Are you afraid it won't be Japan?
Well, in
What if
one
it's-
of the endings, they hint going back to China. So if there was a sequel,
That'd be cool.
where you play as Sekiro again, he's going to be in China this time.
That'd be cool.
I really want to tell you about this ending because it's really cool.
You guys ever played Star Wars Force Unleashed?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
The sequel is based on the good ending, and then all the DLC is based on the bad ending. And that's how both games work.
Okay.
Because in the bad ending of the first game, the Emperor basically makes you another robotic Sith creation.
Yeah.
And then all the DLC is killing iconic Star Wars characters. So in one of them you have to fucking kill Boba Fett, and then one of them you have to kill Luke Skywalker. And when you kill Luke, he's like on Hoth. It's like not fully trained Luke at all. And it's really cool. And then you have to fight the ghost of Obi-Wan, which is not that cool. It's kind of stupid. But in 2, you go to Endor to kill Leia. And she's like, "You're the one who killed my brother." Because it's like a sequel to the DLC in the first game.
Right.
And she's like, "I've been waiting for you." And she pulls out a fucking yellow lightsaber. And she's like, "I've been training for this moment." And she's like a Jedi Master now. And it's like, this is so cool.
I really want
Force Unleashed games did some cool stuff with the story. The 2 was pretty shit, but there's some cool stuff done with the DLC.
I would really love to explain how they could do a Sekiro 2.
Oh my gosh. If they do it, they do it. Nobody cares.
I really hope they do it like I want them to.
Well, when it comes out, inevitably, you can say if you're disappointed or not.
I don't know. They might.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how a spiritual successor would work.
Your favorite game ever.
Well, actually, there's 2 endings.
Shane, did you hear that Nintendo accidentally, on their own website, listed Samus Returns on Switch?
What? Really?
Yeah, so there's a possibility that 3DS game is coming to Switch.
Hell yeah!
Which is just a remake of Metroid 2 on Game Boy.
Fuck yeah!
But plays like way different and better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I wanted to play it, but I'm not going to dust out my 3DS. Actually, I don't even know if I have my 3DS or it's with my friend right now. Because I really don't give a shit about my 3DS at all. So I would love to play Samus Returns on that. So I'm excited for that. If that's a true rumor.
There are actually 2 endings where they could do a spiritual successor and 1 ending where they could do a true sequel.
I want the
but
game.
Of the other 2 endings, there's no way.
I want the game to start with his arm getting cut off again, so he has 2 robot arms.
Well, okay.
But this time, replace one of the arms with a sword.
If you would
also get one of his legs cut off.
Can I explain one?
And I want his other leg to be a grappling hook, so he has a grappling hook leg and a sword.
He looks like he looks like the sailor from Family Guy.
Yeah, just all swords everywhere.
Can I explain how?
Fine.
Okay. Can I do 2 or just 1?
No, don't even do any.
Okay.
If you want to do 1, you better spit it out now.
Okay, there's one of the endings where you don't do anything special, you don't get the special items, it's just like the base story ending.
Yeah.
Where Kuro dies.
Sure.
And you live. Kuro's the little Japanese kid that you're sworn to protect.
Oh.
He's the divine heir.
So you failed.
He gives you... No. He wants... So Kuro is a divine heir, so he's immortal.
Mm-hmm.
He can bestow his dragon's blood to others and make them unkillable. That's why you're able to resurrect.
Yeah.
So, but towards the game, he's like, I don't want this. Oh, what? Fuck, I can't. This makes men evil, and it destroys them. So he's like, I want to sever the immortal ties.
Yeah, sure.
So in order to do that, he has to die. So in the ending, you kill him.
Oh.
And then you become this other character. So in the beginning, there's this character called the orangutan, the one-armed orangutan named Sekijo.
Is he the one who cuts your arm off?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
He's the one who gives you the prosthetic and
Oh.
carves the Buddha statues. So before you, he was a samurai that protected something, and he got his arm cut off. He's called Sekijo. He's a one-armed orangutan. Sekijo, one-armed orangutan.
Yes.
Sekiro, one-armed wolf.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Seke means
So at
one-armed.
the end of the game, when you kill Kuro, the sculptor, that's what his name is, Sekijo, the sculptor dies, and you take his place carving Buddha statues with one arm.
Oh.
And then one of the other characters is like, here's the prosthetic limb you use. There may be another shinobi who needs it. So that's one ending I could see. A shinobi coming up, just like Sekiro
So you
did.
want Sekiro to train a new one.
Well, Sekijo didn't even train Sekiro.
But you want a new one who's like...
But it's basically like the cycle.
Yes,
like Dark
you
Souls.
want... Yes.
Whereas a new shinobi on a different mission would come, Sekiro would give him the prosthetic limb and be like, use this to defeat your enemies.
That's what you want.
That is one ending I could see happening. With a sequel. There's another one.
Alright.
Where I could see where you can play as Sekiro and it's an actual
I don't know what
sequel.
I don't know what they would do, but I just can't imagine them not doing a sequel with it being so successful. The only thing I could see them doing that's not a sequel is just being like, what if we keep that gameplay style and just keep doing things that aren't just straight up Dark Souls, I would be down with that. And keep doing things where it's like, this one has this twist to it. This one has this twist to it.
But I really
so that way Sekiro still feels unique to itself.
Really want another Sekiro with the same combat. They actually added a new update. I don't know if I told you about this update. They added messages and they also added something called the Gauntlet of Strength.
You told me.
Which is a boss rush. Did I tell you about the Gauntlet of Strength?
You might not have said it on the podcast.
So it's a boss rush. So each tier thing, there's 3 of them, and you face like 3 or 4 different bosses, and you have to beat all of them without dying. If you die, you have to go back through it again. It's really cool. It's a nice addition. So you'd beat one boss, you'd rest, you'd get all your items back, your health potions back. Then you go face the other boss, kill him, go face the other boss, kill him, and then you win.
Yeah.
Or if you die, you have to restart.
Did you have fun with it?
I haven't tried it yet because I was trying to just get through all the...
Well, try it.
I will.
Okay. And tell me, report to me.
It'll be fun.
Next podcast.
Well, actually, I did one. I did one, and with 3 bosses. It's the easiest one. And I died at the last boss, which I thought was going to be really easy, but he started doing some fuck shit that he didn't do before. So I was like, whoa, new shit. What is this? New shit's going on. I don't like this.
That's cool, though.
Yeah. Well, like, they added... Some of the bosses, they added, like, technically a new... different boss. It's technically a new boss.
Right, but it's just, like, slightly altered. Yeah.
Yeah, they have just different movesets.
Well, that's cool, though.
A majority of the fight is similar, except for, like, a few things. So it's really fun. I'm going to have to try it again. Because, like, the one I did, I was like, oh, I'm going to shit all over these bosses. The first 2 I shit all over. They were so easy. And then the last one, I was like, I know how to beat this guy. He's going to be so easy. And then he did some fuck shit, and I was like, okay, never mind. I'm dead.
Jeremiah, is there a game that you feel the same way about as Shane feels about Sekiro? That you've spent
I don't know if there's
hours?
Anything in my life that I feel the same way Shane feels about Sekiro.
I don't even know what hooked me. I think the combat hooked me so hard. Because the combat's just so fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like, it doesn't even matter. It's honestly really satisfying playing through it over and over again. Because not only can you beat bosses easily, like, easier than you did in the past, and you can, like, shit all over them, kill them without dying once, and you're like, oh my god, I'm a god. But the combat with just regular enemies is just so fun. It's just so engaging.
When I first got Bayonetta 2 on Wii U, I thought it was going to suck, like the first Bayonetta game, but then it was actually good. And it's only like a 5-hour long game. So I beat it again on hard, and then I beat it again on the harder difficulty, and then I beat it a 4th time, and I'm talking like I never switched to a different game. I just beat it over and over and over and over.
I did that.
I got really good at the combat, and I was like and I was just like addicted to just like slightly. It's like dodge, attack, dodge, attack. That's the whole game. I love it.
Another thing with Sekiro is you have new game pluses.
Yeah.
So you keep all your skills, you keep all your upgrades, so you don't have to worry about all these other upgrades that you had to go through for the first playthrough. You can just beat the bosses, get better, have fun doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? I think that was it. Anyway, Sekiro's fun. A lot of the lore, especially in Dark. FromSoft has great lore. They have great world building skills. They create awesome worlds.
That's what I always hear.
It's just not blown in your face.
Yeah, I always hear that, but it's...
You have to read item descriptions.
Yeah,
So, if you don't want to do that, and you're really interested in the lore, I always look up YouTube videos. They're like Vati Vadi, I think that's his YouTube channel.
Doesn't matter.
Really good for lore. He goes through everything. It's really awesome. Because they have fucking amazing lore, man.
Yeah, everyone says that, but yeah, because like it's so very subtle. It's always in the background, which can be cool. Depends on the game, how well it's executed.
Honestly, I'm fine. They execute it perfectly.
Yeah.
If you really want to go out and learn all that stuff, you can do it.
But yeah.
But for people like me who just want to play the game, you can also look up these videos that explain it really well. Explain things you never knew.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm trying to think of another game where I'm like, I mean, Sonic Adventure 2, another game that I beat into the ground.
OG Sonic for me was like that.
Yeah.
I got obsessed with that for a long
Just
time.
like beating the shit out of it.
I still have never gotten all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
In Sonic 1,
Yeah.
that game is fucking bullshit.
That game is...
Actually, when it comes to the Chaos Emeralds, all of them are bullshit except for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's the only one where it's not bullshit. Because for one, when you beat the game, there's stage select. First of all, Sonic 3 is the only one you can save your stage, okay? It's the only one that has save points.
I have it as an emulated game on my phone, so it will let you do save points, but the only time I ever got to the last level, I did it on a no-save playthrough, and I just sat down and played, like, didn't turn off my phone. My phone got to, like, 3%. I had to run and find a charger while I paused it, and then just, like, beat the other half of it.
I have Sonic 2 and I have Sonic and Knuckles on my Super Nintendo Classic. We'll sit down. And in Sonic 3, Knuckles, Tails can actually fly Sonic around.
Yeah.
And it's really fun. Because then you can have 2-player who just literally does nothing but help you fight bosses. And then when you go, I need to go up. And then he controls Tails and you fly up. But in that game, so in Sonic 2, this is going to be weird for people who've never played Sonic. In Sonic 2, or Sonic 1, you're like in this weird like world where you're a ball. And you're trying to get into the Chaos Emerald by breaking blocks,
Which is bullshit.
And it's like it's so random and bullshit. But at least it's like at the end of every stage you have a chance. Sonic 2, you have to have 50 rings, jump through a save point, or checkpoint, and then when you do that, it'll put you on this 3D plane because they're like, oh, Super Nintendo doesn't have 3D, but we have 3D. So but that's bullshit because the bombs will spawn like right in front of you and there's no way to see.
Yeah, I remember playing that as a kid on the Sega Genesis.
There's no way to get Supersonic without either cheating or using save states on the emulator. There's just no fucking way.
Yeah.
Because you have to memorize
the bomb
patterns.
Those old school games are way more hardcore than most of what comes out anymore.
Any of your friends who say, oh, I got Supersonic on this playthrough, they're lying to you.
Yeah.
They used a cheat code. They used a sound test cheat code where you type in a little code into the songs, press the button, and then you can turn Supersonic on the first stage. I beat the game that way. We all have done it. It's fine. Because being Supersonic's a lot of fun. On Sonic Mania and Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you can collect the emeralds in a way that makes sense, and they have stage select, and then you can rebeat the game as Supersonic any stage you want. And it's so much fun to like just obliterate a stage of Supersonic.
Yeah.
Because like you've earned it at that point. And like playing a Supersonic changes the game because a lot of people who like don't like Sonic games because they're too weird and too hard or whatever. I don't know. I've heard every excuse in the book. I literally just sit them down with Supersonic and let them play it, and they're like, this is a lot of fun because I'm just like killing everything easily. And like, yes, it's fun to feel like a god, and just like when you touch something it dies. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Old Sonic games are fucking, I love those games. But Sonic Adventure 2 on Dreamcast, GameCube, fucking love that game. I've beaten it so many times. It's probably that and like the original Mega Man X, the two of the games I've beaten like more than any other game, and maybe like Final Fantasy 6, but that's it.
I know probably. I just want to say one more thing about Sekiro. That's really awesome.
Well, see. First, one more thing. When I went on vacation to California or to Florida, I had my 3DS. I beat Fire Emblem Awakening like 4 times in a row, and that's a JRPG. And I just beat the whole fucking thing over and over and over because in that game, whoever you marry, their kids will come from the future and join your party because there's time travel involved. And I just repeat the game, making everyone fuck each other over and over and over. And they just come back and their hair is like a different color. The hairs change depending on who the dad is. And their stats change. And they have like special moves. If you made a character learn a special move, and then their kid comes from the future, he has those special moves combined, and they're just like god tier characters. Just destroy everything. It's so much fun. Okay, go ahead.
So some of the harder bosses in Sekiro are hard unless you know, because there are prosthetic tools that let you use different weapons, and like you can add flame.
It's like Mega Man.
Add poison attacks.
It's literally like Mega Man.
So if you know the weakness of the boss, you can just abuse it with a shinobi tool and kill it. Like it'll be like 10 times easier.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome. So you can punish yourself by not learning the boss's weaknesses, or you can learn how to fucking beat it easily.
In Mega Man, there's 8 bosses, and you pick whatever order you want to do them in, and each boss is a weakness to the other boss. But the trick is you have to beat a boss first to get the first power that's a weakness to the other boss. So you can play any order you want, but typically people online are like, just start with this one first, the easiest one. And then Mega Man X, that's when you have armor upgrades. So it's like, go here first, get this upgrade, it changes the game. And it is a blast. It is so much fun because you just like, you get the dash boots and you're just like flying through the fucking stages, shooting everything. And then you have to memorize the boss patterns. And then like when you fight like some of the bosses, like this one's weak to ice, you just freeze them, unfreezes, freeze them, unfreezes, freeze them, freeze them, you win. And then if you get all the armor upgrades and get all the heart tanks and all the E tanks, and you have every item unlocked in the game, but the one last thing, you go to a stage and you have to on purposely go do this like ride this roller coaster thing and jump off and get on top of the stage 5 times in a row, which means you have to die on purpose and restart the stage. And once you do it the 5th time, there'll be a capsule there, and Dr. Light will be in the capsule because he's always in the capsules telling you what your new powers are going to be for your armor capsule. But this time he's dressed like Ryu from Street Fighter, and I'm not making this up. And he goes, this is the Hadouken technique. And you have to actually hit down to forward, shoot. And he goes, Hadouken! And it's a 1-hit kill on everything, including the final boss. It's so fun. And then like you go fight this in the very beginning of the game. There's this guy who like paralyzes you, so you can't move, and he doesn't have a health bar, which means you can't beat him. And when you have to fight him at the end, you're just like Hadouken. He just dies in one fucking hit, and you're like, you're my bitch now. I own you. And he looks like Boba Fett. There's a character named Val. He literally has Boba Fett's helmet. It's really weird. I love that kind of stuff, but I'm not as good at newer games when it comes to that stuff. I'm better at the older ones, like Sonic and Mega Man.
Yeah.
It's a weird disconnect of people who are good at Super Nintendo and then like 3D platformers and then like modern day Souls type games. It's like, I want to be...
They're a different kind of challenge.
Yeah, they're all different. It's all a matter of like learning the skills you need.
Mm-hmm. I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with Demon Souls.
I want to believe.
I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with Demon Souls and Sekiro.
I want to play Sekiro because I thought that would be the one that would get me into Souls, but instead of being like, I'm not gonna buy a game for $60, I just bought like Demon Souls for $70, and it's like, okay, well, whatever.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'll buy if I love it, I'll probably just buy Sekiro right away anyways. But
if you can just get past the challenging part, it's okay to rage quit and take a break.
Yeah.
But keep at it. You're gonna fucking fall in love.
That's
with
what
it. You're gonna fall in love with Sekiro.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm just gonna try to like, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play like God of War and Last of Us 2, and I'm gonna like replay all my games on PS4 and just be like, wow, it runs better on PS5. That's just what I'm gonna do. So.
All right. We should probably wrap this up.
We'll wrap it up. These podcasts have been getting longer.
Yeah.
All right. Throw me down a beat. This is the Wasteland podcast, bitches. If you like this episode, please come back next week. Goodbye.